Hi, I'm Scott Kinville, and welcome to Small Town Life right here on the Studio 25 Podcast Network. Our guests today are two major cogs in this extremely successful Little Falls Mounties wrestling team this season. Today we've got Brynn Shepardson and Matt Verri. Guys, but thank you for coming in and welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, this is something we've been talking about for a while. You know, we've watched this team all season long just grow and grow and grow and turn into this phenomenal team. You know, you won the first ever Section 3 Class D title for the team. So tell us with this team, you know, what makes it so good?
It's been a long time coming, I'll tell you that. But, you know, the coaches and the team, it's just a tight-knit group, you know. I mean, everybody says that, but I think we're all friends, and that makes it more fun to win as a team, you know, like push each other and to do better.
Yeah, I mean, that's got to be big when everybody cares for one another and you all have each other's backs and you're always wanting each other to push yourselves to the next level and win.
Yeah. They always say, you know, I get that a lot going to different wrestling clubs. They always say iron sharpens iron. You know, you want the best people in your room to make everybody else better. And I think that's really what we have here. We have people doing off season all year round. You know, me and Matt have gone to tournaments across the country, and the team is starting to get to do that too. And it's just everyone keeps getting better and they want to get better, and we're pushing ourselves, like you said, to get better.
I got to remember that. Iron sharpens. I like that saying.
Yeah.
You would.
I do. I love it. So, like I said, phenomenal season for you guys this year. And we already said about winning the Class D title. How was that? Not only winning it, but winning it at home in front of your home crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, our goal this year was the Section 3 dual meet championship, and we fell short of that. We came second, which is still the best in Little Falls history. So we knew we had to get the Class D title. And, I mean, to be honest, personally, I wasn't surprised the way that tournament turned out. I knew we would pretty much dominate. So it felt good, but I knew we earned it.
Oh, you certainly did. And like I said, Brynn, there was so much support in that gym for you guys. I mean, there was, I think like 12 other different schools that were participating, or 13. I can't remember what the number is off the top of my head. That'll happen to you when you get old, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
But how did that feel, having that home crowd there just screaming every time you guys went out on the mat?
Yeah. No, I mean, it was great. I was just there to take pictures, just sitting and watching our guys, you know, get work done, I guess. But just being there knowing, you know, this is for us, this is what we built. It was a really great feeling.
You know, and let's talk about that, because I talked to Coach Stever after the Class D tournament, and he said that, you know, it's a great feeling because this program wasn't always the powerhouse that it is right now. He said, you know, when you guys were basically starting out, you're having a lot of problems getting numbers, you know, couldn't cover all the weight classes. So what you guys watched this program grow into what it is. Tell us a little bit about the start and now that you're seniors, how it finished.
Yeah, well, I mean, when I was modified and youth coming up, I think the varsity team one year had like 3 people on the team and was close to getting shut down. So it's great to see where it's at now. I think the development of the youth program and just getting kids to have fun and love the sport has been a big part of our numbers growing. I think pretty much fun because everybody has different goals, you know. Not everyone's looking to be a state champ, section champ. Some people are just going in there to get in shape, have fun, make friends. So I think making the sport for everybody was a big part in growing the numbers.
How about you, Brynn?
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. I remember being in, 8th grade, going down for practices, like club practices, and just being me and Matt. And I remember our freshman year, there were 7 kids on the team. I was our starting 145-pounder my first year of varsity. I had to wrestle the 98-pound kid the whole season because we didn't have enough people. And it's just, oh, God. Just having that, you know, and getting people to be, like Matt said, for everybody. Hey, try this. You know, it'll be fun. Get in shape. Your friends are doing it. And we started having success, and we started getting people to come out and watch and then say, hey, this looks like it could be fun. You know, and just fostering that environment. You know, it's just us and all our friends just having a good time.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what, you guys certainly do make it fun, especially with all the winning. There's no doubt about that.
Definitely.
It was fun, yeah.
And you've got the numbers back up, too, because, you know, when we would watch you guys come out, I mean, it'd be like, oh, here they come. And they keep, oh, my good. How many are there? You know?
Yeah.
But that's a wonderful thing to have.
Yeah.
Exactly, yeah.
So, you know, along with your hard work and the work that everybody and on your team has put in, the coaching staff has been very big. So tell us a little bit about the coaching staff.
Well, I think we have the best coaches in Section 3, to be honest.
Without a doubt.
Youth through modified through varsity. We got Sam, who wrestled at NC State. He's great. We got Brian Stever. He's one of probably the best coaches. He knows how to get us the best matches. He's great too. And then we have my dad, the youth coach and modified coach. He's been great. All the youth coaches. I can't say enough. There's too many people to give respect to, but I think we have the best coaches maybe in the state.
I think you'd probably agree with that, right?
Absolutely. I wouldn't be half the wrestler. I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you probably without the coaching staff that we've had. It's been instrumental in, I would argue, all of our success. They're just one of the most knowledgeable groups of people about wrestling, about how to get kids involved, about how to make everybody better, even at different skill levels and strength levels, just accommodating everybody and fostering a love for the sport. That's what they've done for me. That's what they've done. I'm sure that's what they've done for Matt. It's what they've done for everybody that goes through that wrestling room.
Yeah, and you can really tell that out on the mat because those coaches are just so, not the intense screaming, but they're not only cheering for you, but they're teaching right along as the match goes along.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about when did you guys start wrestling?
Oh,
We're good.
Matt was about to say as soon as I could crawl.
I don't know if I can remember when I wasn't wrestling. I didn't really wrestle tournaments till I was like 13 or 14. I maybe did a couple youth tournaments, but some of these kids go out and win like youth nationals when they're like 7 years old and end up getting burnt out and quitting when they're like in modified.
Mm-hmm.
But my dad didn't like push me into anything. I just wrestled when I wanted to, practiced, and then when it was time to compete on modified and varsity, I was ready.
Hey,
How about you, Brynn?
well, we're forgetting about the Little Falls Attack Bands Classic here.
Oh, we got to hear about this.
That was one of the tournaments I did. That was a Little Falls Classic right there. But I think I was champion 2 years, probably. That's a little game like we do. Like, it's not full wrestling, but you got to like grab the attack bands off your opponent's ankles.
They're strapped to your ankles so you can wrestle, but you just kind of grab them off, and then once they rip off, you win. And it's a little thing they used to do for like the youth kids to like, get them to start wrestling without the strength of a full competition. We used to have tournaments at Little Falls.
So it's kind of like flag football for wrestling.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much,
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
That's cool, though. I like it. But you know what? That's really instrumental in getting kids into the sport. Just different ways, different things that, thinking outside the box like that. That's really wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Brynn, how about you?
So, it's been a while. My memory might be a little hazy, but I remember being in kindergarten. My friend Matt's dad asked my mom if I wanted to try this thing called wrestling. I'd never done it before. I was the kid that my parents would just chuck me into whatever sport just so that I wasn't at home.
Right.
So they asked me in kindergarten, and I said no. And then they asked me again the next year in first grade. I think that's when I started. And it's just been, I was like, sure, what the heck? Went out, did youth wrestling, and kind of like Matt, I took it slow, was just there to have a good time, and I loved it. And then when I got into about 7th, 8th grade, I started taking it more seriously. I was going to club practices. I started competing, and that's when I started realizing, like, hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to work towards, put my energy towards.
That is phenomenal. That it really is, and it's just a testament to, again, and I think it goes back to coaches not only varsity level, but all the way down through. And I know you guys have both mentioned the club wrestling. So tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I don't know if it's really officially a club. I think we've entered a couple tournaments as Little Falls Wrestling, Eagle Fang Wrestling. It's pretty much, we have our team, and then we have kids from Dolgeville, Canjo, other places come around. It's pretty much just people who want to wrestle and who want to learn.
We have our own facility. Our facility is not on the school campus.
It's right over here, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, it's down
Co-op.
the co-op.
Yep.
So we can kind of, we have the freedom to host practices in the off season and do that. And, we're lucky enough, as we've said, coaches who want people in the room who want us wrestling. So they go down and it's what Matt said, it's just whoever wants to wrestle. People want to be at Little Falls wrestling.
Now, is that year round?
Year round, basically.
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, you get probably about 2 weeks off after the season, and then it's right back into it.
That's awesome, though. That really is, and especially once you get in between seasons or stuff like that, because what you guys mentioned, other schools participate. I love that whole idea because I'm sure you see it now that you've been through the varsity level. You compete against these other wrestlers and you put your heart into it out on the mat, but then off the mat you become friends and you get to know these people, and it just really, to me, it not only just expands the sport, but it expands, like the school spirit throughout the valley. I think it's wonderful.
It's the best part about the sport. It's so individual. So those connections, you really create bonds with people, like just wrestling and practicing with them. Some of my friends that'll probably be lifelong friends have come from wrestling, guys and girls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, sharing the mat with someone is an experience like nothing else. Just trying to kill each other for 6 minutes, and then after you're friends, it's a unique
That's something you don't forget.
I'd say that was a unique experience to share with someone. So
Yeah.
Connections like no other sport.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That really is. And of course, both of you have experienced a tremendous success on the state level. I mean, congratulations to both of you doing as phenomenal as you did in the state tourney, making not only Little Falls proud, but the Mohawk Valley proud. What were some of your favorite moments as Little Falls wrestlers coming up through?
Well, one of my favorite moments was winning my first class title the same year as my brother won his first class title. He wrestled first, then I wrestled about like 15 minutes later, and we both won our first class title together. That was pretty cool.
Really?
So, yeah.
That's awesome.
That's got to be up there.
All right.
There's been a lot of moments. There's been a lot of moments as a team that I've really loved. Just the whole team coming together to do something. My state championship, my junior year, probably had to have been my favorite. The whole team came down, didn't tell me to watch and support, and just coming in as like a huge underdog basically, and going out and picking up a second period pin in the state finals was. I just remember coming off the mat after they slapped it, called the pin, and just looking around like I didn't know where I was. Like it didn't process with me what I did.
Right.
Afterwards, it was just the overwhelming support and just the energy of that moment. Like I'm never gonna forget that.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing, and in both your paths, it's just unbelievable. But I do have to ask you talked about winning the state title same time as your brother.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know if you guys have ever seen Rocky 3 or not.
Oh, yeah.
Remember at the end when Rocky and Apollo had the secret battle because they wanted to see who was best? Did you guys do that? I want to know.
He doesn't want that to happen. Let's just say that.
But anyways, I'm only kidding. But
No, he's not.
It definitely happened.
yeah,
Definitely
it had to have. There's no way.
It wouldn't have been as close as Rocky and Apollo.
Dave, it's too bad you don't have Rocky music right now.
If you'd cued me ahead of time, I might have come up with something.
Well, I didn't think about it,
Sorry. Yeah.
Darn.
Best I can do is a rim shot.
Hey, we take what we can get around here, right?
It's good enough.
So, both of you are moving on. Brynn, big announcement a couple weeks ago. They're going to Lehigh.
Yeah.
Tell us about that process.
Whew. So, after the state title win, after doing Fargo, big national tournament out in North Dakota, I started getting, oh, where are you going to college? Oh, where are you going to college? College people reaching out. Oh, you should come here. You should visit. All this, and it was very overwhelming to me at the time because, like, if you oh my gosh, if you took freshman me and said, hey, you're gonna have to make college decisions on where you want to wrestle, I would have said, shut up. I know myself. Stop making me feel better. But so it was very overwhelming, and I took a couple visits to places, kind of connected with them, and then all of a sudden, one of my club coaches out in Journeyman, out in Malta, they have a lot of connections there, and they said, "Hey, what about Lehigh?" I was like, okay, sure." So I went down, I visited, and I just loved it. It was a great experience. I loved the coach, I loved the program, and it took a while thinking about it. Where I want to go. I visited a couple other places, but that was just the one that stuck out. And I talked to the coach, and they said, "We'd love to have you. This would be great." So I applied, waited for the decision to come in, and they made the commitment.
Wow, that's really good. And you mentioned national tournaments. So I understand, like, for state tournaments, you're going to the school and all that. Probably not for national tournaments, though. Is that correct? Is that more like an individual you enter? Is that,
Yeah.
how's that work?
Well, that's where the wrestling club comes in.
Okay.
That's really where you can communicate with the coaches, like, hey, I wanna, like, maybe you just want to go to a couple practices to keep yourself in shape, can do something, or maybe you want to be, hey, I want to compete at the national level or in the off season, and they'll say, okay, they'll get you down practices, lifting, whatever you need, and they'll kind of prepare you for that, and then when it's time to go, they'll send you off. The national tournament we both did was called Fargo because it's in Fargo.
North Dakota?
North Dakota. Oh,
Wow, that's a hike.
Oh yeah.
not a lot going on there.
No, you know what? I've heard that.
Yes.
If you like wind, you can go to Fargo. That's it.
Or cold.
Yes.
Yeah.
The most
Or wheat. There's a lot of that around.
Yeah.
yeah, oh my God. The stadium was great. North Dakota State was great, but I would say the most entertaining thing I saw while I was there was the CVS across the street.
Wow.
Now we know where the one in
Okay,
Little Falls went.
so we know that when Brynn graduates from Lehigh, she is not going to work for the Fargo Community what is it? Community Chamber or whatever it is? Chamber of Commerce.
Chamber of Commerce.
I
There you
hammered
go.
that
Yeah.
one badly. It's,
Man,
No, you will see.
I didn't know where you were going.
yeah, I kind of just, the train went off the tracks for a second there.
Again.
Yeah.
Well, whatever. But any idea what you're going to major in?
Chemistry.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is very impressive.
Yeah.
She's been cooking the mats already.
Yeah. Yeah. I brought this up to my our teammate who graduated wrestling at a D1 college now because he graduated last year. I said, he asked what I was majoring in. I told him, oh, I'm going for chemistry. And he said, screw off, you nerd.
That's funny.
Wow. Well, no, that's very impressive because I'll tell you something, that's not easy at all, but good for you. Yeah. And Matt, we know that you are strongly leaning towards a particular institution.
Oneana. Yeah, Oneana, but nothing official yet. I've looked at a couple colleges, RIT, Cortland, Oswego, but I think they're all nice. I think Oneana is the best fit for me. I'm going to major in digital design and media, so I think, yeah.
There you go.
Yeah.
See?
Yep.
Here we go. That's my love.
Yeah, so I think Oneana is the best fit for me. I did a visit. I visited a friend that I lost to in the section finals last year, Riley Monica. I stayed in his dorm for a visit, and I loved it. So I think,
Yeah.
it's a great fit for me.
It's a really good school too. It really is, and probably a little more to do there than in Fargo, North Dakota.
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
Sorry, Fargo. If anybody's watching from Fargo, we didn't mean to offend you, but that's,
Yeah, we
Oh.
did.
Yeah.
oh
Your
my.
CVS was wonderful.
Oh, jeez.
Go on there and give him 5 stars. Yeah, yeah. Oh, geez.
So just to wrap up, I mean, I know like wrestling is the reason we're here. Throughout your high school careers, other sports, activities you were involved in?
Yeah, I've done football all of high school. Me and Brynn have both done football through high school.
Mm-hmm.
We were captains senior year, and I did baseball a little bit, golf a little bit, but wrestling's been my main sport throughout.
Yeah, that's how I was. I always played all through youth. I played football with Matt, unfortunately. But I'm joking. But
you can take him, right?
what? Oh, absolutely. He knows it. He knows
I was just, here we go. We got another Rocky 3 moment coming.
Yeah,
Here we go.
here we go. Yeah.
I found an old picture the other day. I was scrolling through a photo album of Matt and I wrestling in an off-season tournament, probably about 8th grade.
And you had him in a headlock, right?
Oh, yeah. For sure. I slammed him right after the picture. No, but,
We need video evidence.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I played football all the way through. Was a captain my senior year. I did a couple, bounced around in spring sports too. Ended up doing track my freshman year up until my junior year, just to have something to do. And ended up I took 3rd in sectionals last year in shot put, so it kind of worked out a little bit. but,
Excellent.
yeah,
Excellent.
it's mostly just been wrestling. It's always football and then wrestling after. And then
Right.
wrestling and then more wrestling and then track and then more wrestling.
So in other words, no break.
No,
Pretty much.
why? Never.
How about early influences for you guys? Like, who were the big ones like when you were coming up through as wrestlers and like, oh, that's the person I want to be like?
Well, I can't not say my dad, who's
Right.
been my coach since I was born. But Mason Rowley really opened up the idea that I could win sectionals, I think, because it seemed like some outlandish idea, and then he did it, and then he did it again. So I was like, I guess that's possible. Why not? So that's a great influence to have to practice with.
Very successful one, too.
Very successful
Yeah.
one, yeah.
All right, Brynn, about some early influences.
So I actually didn't have, I didn't have anything like Matt did at a super young age. My dad is the varsity basketball coach at Little Falls. He played basketball all the way through. My older brother played basketball all the way through his life. They knew nothing about wrestling. And so when I came along, it was like, this is something I want to do. They didn't really know what to do. But, coming up, they've been extremely supportive of me. But coming up, it's really been my coaches. It's been Matt's dad for teaching me what the sport was, and getting me into it. The varsity coaches for helping like foster that in me. And also, I also have to credit a lot to Mason. He was kind of like the first to have success and do that and just be supportive. And, I looked up to him a lot. I wanted to emulate that success. And even seeing my other teammates, I wrestled with Matt since we were probably about, 6 or 7?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long time. And seeing that, I got to see his success and how much work he puts into it. And, I wanted to be like that. And I knew that if I put in that much work, I could get to the level that he was at some point. And it obviously paid off a little bit. So
Sure, just a little. Just a little.
Just a little.
But that's going to be different for you guys because now, for the first time ever, basically, come the fall, you're not going to be on the same team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to be bring a downer or anything,
I
but
didn't really-
Okay, Debbie.
yeah. But all right, so we had our little downer moment. Now we're going to have some fun.
All right.
Okay. Who on your team? And this can include coaches as well. You know that show America's Got Talent?
Yeah.
Who's going to end up on it?
Oh, we got a lot of characters. Got a lot of characters. Adrian was in the play, so he can sing a little bit. I feel like Gunnar would end up on there somehow.
Doing something.
Yeah, he just wander in there somehow. You got Tristan too. I feel like Tristan could do some acrobatics or something.
Oh, for sure. Tristan and Ryan will do a routine.
Yeah, I think that could happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past anybody on the team.
Yeah, they're all individual. It's like a sitcom in the wrestling room sometimes.
Yeah.
Now, see, Dave, there it was. We could have done a reality show all season long. We missed it.
There's still time. They're not out of school yet.
Yeah, right?
And they're still wrestling.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, I mean, when do you start back up? About a week? 2 weeks?
Now.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, I'm getting surgery on my knee tomorrow, so
Oh, yeah.
yeah, I'm not going to be doing much off-season wrestling this year.
Well, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It's all right. You'll get to pay more attention to me. So it's
There you go. See?
This will be a solo show next time.
Yeah,
is what
no.
she's saying.
So what's she saying? She's coming back next week by herself.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Remember that headlock?
Well, guys, this has been so much fun, and we really appreciate you coming on, taking the time to come talk to us, and congratulations on your success, not only on the wrestling mat, but in school, and hey, you know what, in life in general. Hats off to both of you, because you made Little Falls proud, and just keep it going.
yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
having us.
No, absolutely.
Great.
Anything you'd like to say to anybody back home when we got the camera on?
Back home.
Shout out. Let me think.
You already said your dad when you were born. So
I
he's
shouted
good.
out him enough.
He's going to challenge his brother to that wrestling match. We're here right now. I can
Right
see
now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that works.
We'll see what happens.
Yeah. What we got?
Shout out Little Falls Wrestling. I don't know.
Yeah.
Shout
All
out
right.
everybody.
The Section 3 powerhouses.
Section 3
All right.
Powerhouse. That's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
Section 3 Powerhouse.
I love it. That's great. Alrighty, well, like I said, thanks again for coming on, taking the time to talk to us, and best of luck in the future. And we hope to see you back at Little Falls, either as a spectator or maybe someday as a coach. Who knows?
Oh, we'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be back.
Alrighty. Well, thank you very much. That was Matt Verri and Brynn Shepardson, and that is all the time we have here for Small Town Life, right here on the Studio 25 Podcast Network. We want to thank you for watching, and we will see you next time.